morning, boys and girls. Are you ready for today's lesson? Well, first, let's stand and say the pledge, okay? Stand with me. Put your right hand over your heart and look at the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And you can sit down. I picked another Bible story that you've already heard, and it's about Noah. Everybody knows about Noah, so listen to the story as I read it. It's called A New Beginning. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things God hates most. Now Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Well, neither did Noah. But luckily, God knew, and he would show him how to build an ark. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you. I promise. I'll send the animals to you, the ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe. But Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark, short for a very large boat. Noah's neighbors even came out to watch. And they pointed and they laughed because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat? But Noah didn't mind so much about what other people thought. He minded what God thought. So he just did what God told him to do. When the ark was ready, God said, "All aboard!" And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. And then God shut the door. There's Noah and all the animals. I bet it was noisy in there. And it started raining for minutes that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined into weeks and weeks. And the rain joined up into puddles, that joined into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat that had once seemed so big suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm and the crashing waves and all the thunder and lightning through it all, God was with Noah. And God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out and Noah threw open all the windows. Hooray, everyone shouted. And so Noah sent his dove out to explore. And it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. And everyone knew exactly what that meant. She had found a tree and land. That meant the water was going down. At last the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come." And so they did, and everyone was skipping and dancing on the dry land. The first thing Noah did was to thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. And the first thing God did was to make another promise. I won't ever destroy the world again. And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, see, I have hung my bow in the clouds. And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful rainbow made of light. It was a new beginning in God's world. And it wasn't long before everything went wrong again. But God wasn't surprised. He knew this would happen. That's why before the beginning of time, he had another plan, a better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer, Jesus. So I thought you would enjoy hearing the story about Noah again. Well, we've been talking about the letter Y and yakety yak, and let's sing the song that goes with yakety yak today. You help me sing.
Y.
Yakety yak, yakety yak. Y says ya, 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 ya. Yarn and yawn and YOLO, yo-yo, yam and yogurt. Y says ya, 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 ya. And this is capital Y. When you make capital Y, you would put your crayon right there. And it's sort of like making a V and then putting a stick on it for capital Y. And then little y looks a little bit different than big Y. So you would put your crayon right here, and you would come and stop there, and you have to pick up your crayon and come over on this side and go straight down and make it a little bit longer, and that would be little y. And Y says ya, 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 like yakety yak. Let me read you a little bit more about yakety yak so you'll know some more things about her. Every morning and evening, Yakety looks for grass or other plants to eat. Sometimes she must use her hoofs to move snow away from the ground to find the grass. Yakety also needs water every day. She likes water so well that she sometimes takes a bath in icy cold rivers in the middle of the winter. Woo, I bet that's cold. Doesn't Yakety look a little bit like Connie Cow? She does. That's because Yakety Yak and Connie Cow are in the same animal family. And Connie Cow, Connie Cow says k, 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 and Yakety Yak says yeah, yeah, yeah. So their sounds are different. Yakety's family are called the same things. The daddy yaks are called bulls. The mothers are called cows. And what do you think the babies are called? That's right, calves. You might think that with a name like Yakety, our new friend makes a lot of noise, but that isn't so. Yakety is very quiet. Sometimes she makes a snorting or grunting sound, but usually Yakety just quietly chews her food. One of Yakety's family, Yenna Yak, does not live on the mountains with Yakety. Yenna lives in a village with people. Yenna works hard for the people. She gives them milk and lets them cut her long hair to use to make ropes and clothes. When something is too heavy for the people to carry, Yenna is strong enough to carry it on her back for them. Sometimes she even pulls a cart or wagon for the people to ride in. Yenna's people take good care of her in return for everything she does for them. Yenna likes her life in the village, but Yakety prefers to live in the mountains. God has made Yakety able to live in the higher places than most other animals. If you want to visit Yakety Yak and her family, you would have to travel a long way, all the way to a place called Tibet. Yaks live only in the mountains of Tibet and parts of China. So I have a map. I'm going to show you where that is. Here's our map, and right here is China. And right in the middle is Tibet, and that's where you would find Yakety Yak. Now we live a long way from China, so you would either have to fly an airplane or go by a boat to get to China. But that's where Yakety Yak is from. Tibet, China. So I hope you have a good day today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.